Hey everyone, welcome back to Bill's Retro Gaming Show, and I am back with some more retro gaming news today. I got a couple of different things that I want to go over with you guys, but let's start with some new games from and some new information from Iircade. So Iircade has released 3 new games today, and the first one we're going to take a look at is a game called Twin Hawk. Alright, this is Twin Hawk. This is another top-down shooter from Taoplan Tatsujin, kind of in the same vein as a lot of their others. This one's got kind of a World War II motif to it. It's like an alternate universe World War II going on in the game. Another 2-player, which is always kind of fun to be able to play these, with another person. They have online leaderboards for this one, like so many of the others. So if you're one of these people who love to really compete and get on those leaderboards, this might be another good one for you. And it retails on their system for $7.99. Next up is kind of an interesting one. This is Arlington Horse Racing from Bash Studios. Yeah, this is basically a horse betting simulator. The whole purpose of this is you have these different horse races. You bet on the horses. You bet, how much you want. And then you basically sit back and watch the race and see if you win. And I believe the way it works is every time you win, it adds credits to the game so you can just keep playing. Obviously, there's no real money involved in it. But, yeah, kind of an interesting thing. This retails on their site for $2.99, so it's, not expensive at all, for sure. Here's what I would say about this. If you've got a game room set up, you got, like, a poker table there, maybe you've got, like, one of those fun, like, kind of slot machine games. You invite your buddies over for, like poker night, like have a casino night or something. If you have an Iircade and you want to throw this on for a casino night, yeah, for $3, what the heck? It just kind of adds to that whole, casino betting kind of an atmosphere. Other than that, I don't know. It's not one that I personally would be interested in, but hey, it's out there. And then finally, here's Bash Sports Online Bowling, another one from Bash Game Studios. And Michael from Iircade just did a whole interview with Bill, who's the CEO of Bash Studios, talking about this game and some of the upcoming plans they have for it. I tell you, it looks like a lot of fun, for sure. One of the cool things about this game is not only does it have online leaderboards, but it has actual online play. So you can play against people online in a couple of different modes. I think they have a ranking mode and a Bash League mode or something like that. I forget the actual name of what it is, but it allows you to play up to, I think, 8 players online. And of course, you can play 2 players local as well with this. It's an interesting concept the way they have this set up, because obviously there's no trackball in the Iircade, so they have these sliders, like you can see on the screen now, that where you kind of set up where you're aiming and then your power level, and then you let the ball go. Looks like a lot of fun. They definitely have some neat things to it. They have a rocket launcher that you can use, so that's kind of an interesting thing, and they definitely plan on adding to this. And you know what? For $4.99, this looks like a lot of fun to just play with your buddies. And finally, I just want to bring up one other thing. This is The Adventures of Robbie Roto. This has been on the Iircade system for a while now. This is an old school game from Midway. But Iircade has actually just made this one free. Alright, so if you don't already own this on your Iircade system and you want to check it out, this is now a free game, alright? I think they still need to update their website so that it shows within the free system, but if you go up there right now to download the game, you will see it's already set up for free. So, hey, for free, why not just add it to your system and check it out? So yeah, that's it this week for our news about Iircade and the new games that they've launched. Let me know in the comments what you think. Are you interested in any of these games? Twin Hawk, again, another shooter from Taoplan. Iircade's been really loving those Taoplan shooters. They've been putting a lot of them on their system. But hey, look, if you're a fan of those kind of games, they're giving you a lot of options for different ones with some, different gameplay and that kind of stuff. The horse racing thing, again, I'm not so sure about that one, but like I said, if you're, doing like a, kind of a casino night with your buds, and you want to throw that on to add to the thing, for $3, who knows, maybe it might be worth it to you. And then the bowling one looks like a lot of fun too, especially the ability to play that online. I actually find it kind of interesting, and I'm not going to say this was planned, because it probably wasn't. It's just the way that these things roll out. But it's funny that a lot of people are getting their Golden Tee golfs, and I'm going to talk about Golden Tee in a minute, which has a bowling game on it, but does not have the ability to play that online with other people. And now Iircade has released a bowling game that you can actually play online with other people. So, just something to keep in mind. And then, of course, Robbie Roto going free. So let me know if you've got that game already, and if you like it. Should people check it out? I mean, for free, why wouldn't you? But hey, just let us know if that's a fun one worth looking into. All right. So speaking of Golden Tee, I'm seeing a lot of users on Facebook and Reddit say that they've now received their Golden Tee 3D Golf that they pre-ordered directly from Arcade1Up. I know a lot of people who pre-ordered from retailers like Best Buy. They're still waiting for theirs. It's probably going to be another week or so. But the people who ordered it directly from Arcade1Up, they're now seeing it come in and getting a lot of positive feedback on the game. Here's a user on Reddit who just received theirs a day ago. It's Golden Tee XL has arrived, hoping it's not damaged, which I'm sure it probably wasn't, because their packing has just been phenomenal lately. And yeah, all I'm seeing so far really is positive feedback on the game, except for one issue that I just want to kind of bring up a little bit, and that has to do with the monitor that Arcade1Up has used for this Golden Tee. It's a newer 19-inch monitor. It's not the 17-inch that we're used to seeing on the 3/4 arcades. And it's also not their newer BOE monitors. It's a different manufacturer that's making them. And from what I've seen from some pictures and some different reviews online, unfortunately, there is kind of a tendency for this monitor to wash out from different angles. So if you're kind of, off to the side watching somebody play, or if you're standing far enough back, the monitor looks really washed out. Apparently, it looks great when you're sitting or standing and directly in front of the machine and actually playing the game. So that's good. But, if you're playing and you've got a couple of people off to the side because, you're playing with some friends or whatever, they're going to have a hard time watching it like over your shoulder. And also, if you've got this set up with all your other arcades and you've got attract mode on it, and when people walk in, you want that attract mode to be bright. You want it to pop. You want people to look at those games and decide which one they want to play based on what they're seeing in that attract mode. And this one isn't going to be up to par with the other games, unfortunately. Now, I will tell you, for me personally, it's not a showstopper, okay? It's not awful. It's just not as good as I would hope it to be, all right? And I tell you, I watched a review today from P-Dub's Arcade Loft. And as always, P-Dubs does a great job with these reviews. He really breaks everything down. He goes into the nitty-gritty on these things. He shows you everything about them, all right? And he even showed some of the, issues with the viewing angles and whatever. But other than that, the gameplay, the games themselves, the speakers, luckily, all look and feel and sound great. So, here's hoping that when they start to move on to these other XL cabs, like the Shack one and anything else that might be coming up, that they either pick a different monitor or figure out, what's going on with these and they can fix them or whatever. I mean, that's, it's a hardware thing, so I don't think you can just fix that unless the manufacturer comes out with an updated version of it that they start to use. But yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that I'm seeing so far in regards to the Golden Tee. But, again, let me know in the comments, did you order it? Did you receive yours? And what do you think of it so far? I know it's definitely on my wish list. It's one that I plan on getting sometime this year, if not right away. But, yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to have. I can't wait to get it. And I will let you guys know more once I do get one, what I think of it. And moving on to other Arcade1Up news, we've got a couple of different things. And first up, I want to point your attention back to Reddit. So this is user Team -1 on Reddit, and they have pictures. They found pictures of the new arcade 1-up Pac-Man Couchcade. And let me just take a minute here. I just want to blow this up so you can see it a little better. And here's what the Couchcades are going to look like. So first off, it looks like they are a wireless controller that hooks up wirelessly to a control box that you plug into your TV. I guess kind of similar to the At Games Legends controllers, where they have that little hockey puck that you connect to the TV. So it's a similar kind of concept. The Pac-Man one looks like it's got 10 games on it. You've got Pac-Man, Pac-Mania, Mappy, the new Rally X, Rolling Thunder, Galaga Galaxian, Galaga 88, Dig Dug, and Dig Dug 2. So a lot of the same games that are on the Pac-Man, the Bandai Namco Legacies. And, you know, this is kind of interesting. It looks like they have this kind of like a beanbag on the bottom piece here, so that when it's sitting on your lap, it's nice and comfortable. And the controller itself, yeah, it looks like a typical kind of controller. You got the joystick here, you got your fire buttons, you got your 1 and 2 player, you got your on and off, and I think that's volume, right? Yep, volume. Just kind of blow that up a little bit so you can see. So these pictures actually come from a UK retailer, game.co.uk. And this is their site here, and this is the Pac-Man Couchcade, which they have listed on a pre-order for $199.99. That's pounds, obviously, which I think translates to somewhere between like $260, $270 US. So, you know, we know things don't always work out that way. It might not actually be that. It may actually be $199 US as well, because I know, like, a lot of times these things include VAT and different things. So, you know, we'll have to wait and see if that's comparable to what it is in the US or not. But along with the Pac-Man one, I believe they also have one other one. Let me see if I can find it. And here it is here. Yep, and this is the Atari Couchcade. This is the other one that they are looking at right now. It's got obviously a similar setup here. Here's what the control board looks like, and that funky little underneath beanbag with that retro kind of a look to it. And this one, again, very similar to the Atari Legacy. You got Asteroid, Centipede, Tempest, Major Havoc, Gravitar, Asteroid Deluxe, Millipede, Lunar Lander, Crystal Castles, and Missile Command playable on this. So yeah, kind of interesting that these are out there right now. These are leaked from this UK retailer. And, you know, no information yet on when these are actually going to be available. No information on when they're going to be coming to the US or what the US prices might be. But, you know, keep an eye out for them for sure. And let me know, again, in the comments with these, is this something that you're interested in? It's a little out of, you know, something that I would be interested in, that's for sure. I'm definitely more interested in the stand-up arcade type cabinets more so than something that you sit and play in front of your TV. I mean, I was going to say, there's like a million ways that you can hook something like this up and play it on your TV. The control scheme makes it a little, you know, a little interesting for sure, especially the Atari one, because it's got the trackball and the spinner built into it. But other than that, I don't know. I'd also be, hang on, let me go back to the site for a second. So yeah, I gotta say, one thing I'm definitely waiting for is I'm waiting for the modders to get their hands on one of these and crack this sucker open and change out the buttons and the trackballs, the spinner, and just see what else you could possibly do with this thing. All right. Also going to be interesting to see where are the real guts of this thing. I mean, what controls the games? Is it this? Or is it this? You know, my guess is that, you know, whatever the PCB or whatever emulator is in here, and this is just a control deck. But we'll see. I know somebody's going to get their hands on this thing and they're going to pop it open and they're going to figure all that out, and we'll know more at some point in the future. But yeah, so I saw that on Reddit, and I just wanted to bring that to your guys' attention. And finally, for this week, I have one last piece of news that I wanted to bring to your attention, and this is another leak from YouTuber Big Reese over in Australia. Now, he's the one who brought us the leak on a double dragon cab coming from Iircade 1UP, which, again, still not confirmed. We will just have to wait and see. Although he does say now that according to a retailer over there, that is supposed to drop in September over there. So, which I think, you know, the original date they were looking at was June, but now they're saying September. So, okay, let's see what happens with that. But let me show you this picture that Big Greasy had on his YouTube channel earlier today. So here it is. He's got his logo on there, of course. So for sure this comes from him, and I have no desire to deny that. This was all him. I am reporting on what he has already said. Okay, just want to make that totally clear. But if you notice here, what he's showing is a retro Iircade 1UP Sonic with a date of June 1st of this year. And again, you know, not sure if that is going to stand or not, but this is from another retailer over there. He was able to get a picture of this. And apparently, this is for a Sega Sonic the Hedgehog arcade cabinet. Now, I gotta say, I find that kind of interesting. I don't know much about Sega in the arcade. I believe there was one game, was kind of a game that you play like in an isometric kind of a style that I believe was only released in Japan. I don't think it ever made its way over to the US. You know, other than that, I don't know. I mean, unless they're going to put some of the Sonic the Hedgehog console games on this thing, I'm not sure what it would be. So, you know, I'm going to throw out some really weird, maybe out of left field speculation, and you guys tell me what you think. My first thought on this, even though it says Iircade 1UP, is this really an Iircade 1UP Sonic, or is this an Iircade 1UP Junior Sonic? So, you know, Iircade 1UP has what they call their junior consoles. They're not even 3/4 scale. They're these little mini consoles that are really designed for little kids. They have a Pac-Man one, and they have a Paw Patrol one. What if they're planning on doing a Sonic one for the kids and putting a couple of like the Sonic console games on it? That would be interesting, especially if you've got little kids and they're big Sonic fans. Now, again, his picture says Iircade 1UP. It does not say Iircade 1UP Junior on it. This is just wild speculation on my part, trying to figure out what they could possibly do with a Sonic cab. Okay. The other thing, which again is totally out of left field, and I am going to go on record as saying I do not think this is going to happen. I'm going to say that it would be really cool if this is what it was. What about a Sonic and Mario at the Tokyo Olympics game? So here is what the Sonic and Mario, or actually I guess it's Mario and Sonic, I guess it depends on how you say it, at the Olympics arcade machine looks like. All right, you got the buttons here to control things. You've got the pad here for stepping on. I mean, you know, you got a huge vertical monitor, that's for sure. I mean, it would have to be, you know, like a DDR type thing. You'd have to have some kind of a pad that you could step on, the bigger buttons and all that. Like I said, there's no way that it's going to be this. But I will say, this is actually made and published by Sega. So it's not a Nintendo machine. It is a Sega machine, even though it has Mario and Nintendo characters in it. Again, just my wild off the wall what if speculation. There's no way in hell that that's what it is. But I just thought I'd throw that out there just for fun. But yeah, what do you think of that? I mean, you know, if they're going to do a Sonic arcade machine, what do you think it would be? What do you think that they would have on it? Like I said, there's not a lot of Sonic arcade games, to the best of my knowledge, unless it's unless it's going to be a Sonic marquee game, and then they throw a bunch of other Sega games on there. Maybe they throw on Virtua Fighter, or you know, some other games. Obviously, you know, you're not going to get Daytona on this thing because that's a racing game, but you know, there's plenty of other Sega games that could make its way to a cab like this, with just Sonic being one of the games as the marquee. Who knows? I guess we will have to just wait and see if this is real, and see what comes on it. As always, I'm here to keep you posted as we learn more information. I will put it out there. But yeah, that's it for this week. That's all the news I have for you for today. Again, leave me notes in the comments. Let me know what you think of those Iircade machines. Let me know if you ordered your Golden Tee, if you've got it, and what you think of it so far. Does the monitor bother you, or does it not bother you? And are you interested in these Arcade 1-Up Couchcades when they come out? Is that something that you have any interest in at all? And what do you think of Arcade 1-Up releasing a Sonic-themed arcade cabinet? As always, if you're subscribed to the channel, thank you so much. I appreciate it for sure. I appreciate all my subscribers, absolutely. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscription button. Hit the notification bell if you want to be notified anytime I put out new videos. Don't forget to give this video a like and go ahead and share it wherever you think it's appropriate, all right? Just helps the channel grow. That's it for this time, and I will see you again in the near future. Have a great day. Take care.